3 a.m. she walked out, snarling, "Stop acting like you have control here, Max. I'll be back whenever I want. I didn't chase. I didn't text." 3 days later, she came back, straight into the one person she feared most. Rose had been living with me for 3 months when I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to my smart deadbolt clicking. She was fully dressed with her camera bag, looking like she was headed to a sunrise shoot, except it was pitch black outside. When she saw me in the hallway, she didn't look guilty. She looked annoyed, like I was inconveniencing her. "Stop acting like you have control here, Max," she snapped. "I'll be back on my time, not yours." That tone hit different, sharp, defensive, like I was a prison warden instead of her boyfriend who paid the mortgage. I stayed calm. "You sound like a teenager sneaking out past curfew. You're 25, not 16. She spun on her heel and left. I didn't chase or beg for explanation. Rose had been pulling this disappearing act for weeks. Late nights, weird excuses, coming home smelling like she'd been anywhere but work. Every time I asked where she was, she'd flip it into me being controlling. As a cybersecurity consultant, my whole life is spotting vulnerabilities. Standing there, it clicked like a security breach at work. Rose was careless with technology, and that was my home field advantage. I grabbed my laptop and pulled router logs. Every device leaves digital footprints, timestamps, destinations, upload spikes. Rose's MacBook showed heavy uploads during her supposed late-night editing sessions, but the real goldmine was GPS data embedded in her photos. Cameras automatically tag photos with location data unless you disable it. Rose's images showed geotags at a 24-hour diner across town, and a loft studio advertising photographer-friendly space open late. The dates matched perfectly with her claimed client work. The shared Uber account she'd used once still had her email linked. Ride receipts to the same loft address, all time-stamped between 1 and 4 a.m. She really thought she was clever, but the smoking gun was her messages. She'd logged into her Apple ID on my iPad months ago and never signed out. Message sync showed her entire conversation with Nolan, saved under a beer emoji. Studio again tonight, and Max has been nosy, followed by, "You're the only one who makes me feel alive." By sunrise, I had her secret life mapped out like a case file. I organized everything into folders labeled Rose Audit. Instead of confrontation, I wanted her to face accountability, specifically her father, Chief Peacocks. Rose painted him as overbearing, but still let him pay her bills while bragging about independence. I'd met him once, the kind of cop who commands respect just by walking in. I called him at dawn. "Chief, this is Max. That ended 3 hours ago, and you need to know why." I laid out the evidence like a case report. Timestamps, geotags, messages with Nolan, heavy breathing on the line. She's been pulling this disappearing act her whole life, always running when it gets hard. I've cut her access. She's locked out. You're her next stop. I'll be on the first flight tomorrow. I systematically locked Rose out of everything, disabled her building fob, changed smart lock codes, revoked streaming and delivery app access. When Chief Peacocks arrived, we packed her belongings into neat boxes. I left one thing out, her laptop, open on the coffee table with a folder labeled Reality, containing all the evidence. At the top, a text file, your story versus the data. 3 days later, my phone pinged. Attempted access denied. Rose was back, hammering her dead fob against the door. The doorman called. "Rose is here. Says there's a mistake." "No mistake. Keep her downstairs until I say." Her texts escalated from "fix my fob" to "please just let me up." I ignored them all. When I finally buzzed her up, she shoved through with her usual entitled attitude. Then she saw him. Her father standing center room, arms crossed. The blood drained from her face. "Dad, what are you doing here?" "You tell me." "Because Max already did." Her head snapped toward me. "You called my dad?" I spun the laptop around. The evidence folder sat open. Screenshots, receipts, GPS data too perfect to deny. Her face went blank. For once, she had no spin ready. Chief Peacock stepped closer. "Do you know how embarrassing this is? Getting a call from another man telling me my daughter's sneaking around like a teenager?" She tried desperate defense. "He's twisting this. Twisting your own words? You think I'm an idiot?" I pointed to the boxes. "Everything's packed. One night, then you're on a plane home. This is my home too. My name's on the deed," I said flatly. "You told me you'd be back when you felt like it. You made it permanent." Next morning, Chief Peacocks dragged her out before sunrise while she moped around completely defeated. Days later, he called. "Curfew's in place. Job hunting mandatory." She hates it, which means it's working. Rose tried a smear campaign, calling me a controlling stalker. Her own friends shut her down. They knew she'd been cheating and was embarrassed she got caught.